Yes, today I'm playing as Spain, the main country of 1.12. There are a couple of unique things to them, especially this guerrilla war at the start of the game. I may have accidentally had a run where I just lost to this guerrilla war. So what we're going to make sure to do this time is upgrade all the cavalry to lancers, because that should help ensure victory in the Civil War. I will go up on taxes, low government wages, high military wages. Then I will begin trying to enact per capita taxation, because that will also give the armed forces approval, and it will, of course, just be a good law to pass. Then I'm going to negotiate with the Catholic Church. We're going to be very willing to just say no to negotiating with them if they don't give us anything good. But we do get political concessions, which is exactly what we wanted. Very good. That gives us a good success chance on political concessions, or on per capita taxation. Then I'll step over to Iron Frame, and I'm actually going to delete two of my construction sectors because we can't really afford them at the start because we're in debt as well. And then for my starting industry, I'm going to build it mostly in Leon because it's got a mappy river. Well, it's not a full mappy river, but it gives 2% mappy, which is better than none. And that's going to be okay. And then for my day one war, I'm going to declare on Denmark. For some reason, Spain starts with an interest in Scandinavia. To be honest, I have no idea why. But it's going to be useful for us because that means we can declare a day one war on Denmark, which is going to be sort of an interesting country to do a day one war on, but I don't really know who else we would day one war. Then I will create a sovereign empire power block with vassalization. Let's see if there's any good randomized names. I guess we can go with League of the Golden Fleece, whatever. Doesn't matter too much. And then I'm going to move my interests over from there into South America, or Latin America, because we're going to want to try to get all these guys into our block, or at least like half of them into our block diplomatically instead of having to fight them. Because, any war we declare, America could join, especially since we're going Reconquista path. I think both paths are viable, but I do want to go Reconquista path just because it's the cooler path. Really what I mean is that the Hispano-America path is extremely similar to my Portugal run. This one we're using a little bit of a different strategy, and so that's why I wanted to do it this way. And you get some nice permanent modifiers for doing the Reconquista path. Oh yeah, now we need to give all of our generals extra supplies, and we want to hire max generals in every army so that we can get to the 10-point requirement as fast as possible, because advancement speed is super slow, so more generals will help it be a little bit faster. And then I think we are ready to unpause. I guess I should conscript. Yeah, no, we can actually... I guess if we use enlistment efforts, we can conscript. Yeah, we should do that just to end this war off as quickly as possible. I don't think that those are the best locations, but they're pretty good locations. And that'll give us a couple of conscripts to help make this war go by a little bit faster and more consistently. Wow, France day one declared war on Algeria. One thing that I've noticed in a lot of my runs is that Morocco gets invaded really early, which is not very good for us because we're going to get journal entries to invade Morocco, and if it's already invaded, then it's going to be harder to invade them, because it's going to be a subject of someone big. So I'm thinking maybe we should just take Al Rif super early. I do need to check if that breaks the event chain though, because I know that there's a million ways to break the event chain from some testing I did. Actually, I don't really feel like checking the code on that, so I'm just going to rival some people, like the Ottoman Empire and Papal States, to get a little bit of influence, and then I'm just gonna sign a defensive pact with Morocco. I guess it's actually a little bit hard to get them to accept. Maybe they'll accept that, right? Yep, they accepted it. Okay, good. The idea here is the defensive pact will stop them from wanting to invade Morocco, because I doubt France would be willing to fight a country the strength of Spain just to eat Morocco, right? Surely not. We could rig the election here, but I don't really think there's a point. We're on oligarchy, so the amount of political strength this is giving, I can't imagine is that big, right? How much of the political strength here is coming from votes? Oh, it's actually a huge amount of the Liberals' current political strength. Maybe we have to rig the election if we want to keep them strong. But do we actually need any liberal laws soon? Not really. I think we're fine to just not rig this election to get a little bit more electoral confidence. First few battles versus the Carlists are beginning. Let's see how they're going. I think we're winning them all. Yeah, the thing with these oh no, we're losing this battle. Yeah, the thing is, these battles are pretty RNG because you have to see what battle conditions you get. You really don't want to get in disarray, and you really want to get ambush, I think, pretty much. So far, yeah, our score is good. We just want to get to 10 score as fast as possible so we can press flush them out and then end this war, because the army costs from this war are not ideal. In fact, I think after this war is over, I'm going to be deleting a very large fraction of the Spanish army. I'm going to bring in the Progressive Party to government so that I can get a little bit more success chance on per capita taxation. I got a landowner petition for free trade. I guess we will do that because, yeah, free trade is not a bad law. Apparently the landowners here are modernists, which give them a supporting of free trade, which is a little bit interesting. Oh, we now have over 10 points, so we can click flush them out. They'll get some offense bonuses, but not really any defense bonuses, and we'll have 55% extra offense, so basically they're dead. Yeah, they're just gonna insta-die after we press that, pretty much. And that also makes battles now actually give occupation, because before they didn't. You can see this war did cost us quite a bit of money, but once this war is over, we will be able to make a pretty easy positive balance. Okay, yeah, we're gonna take over País Vasco soon. They're in the negatives, but we can't actually offer a peace deal in this war. We just have to full occupy their country. And yep, there is the Carlist Civil War over. Very good. Now, I'm going to delete the conscripts for sure. Remove the enlistment effort decrees. They are no longer necessary. Then we will delete this entire new army that we just got, because it is useless. I think I need to keep an army of roughly this size, or else we are going to have serious problems with subject loyalty, but I will just demobilize this 31 stack, and then I'll split off a 9 stack, I guess from the 16. We'll do 5, 4. Yep, that seems good. And then this 9 stack will help me invade into Schleswig, and then we can ship in the rest of our troops after we get Schleswig. I guess I should look at trying to get some people like Mexico into my block. How's their prestige doing? Okay, yeah, they're not too far, or not too close to being a major power yet. We want to do... Oh, they really hate me. Oh, yeah, because we don't formally recognize their independence. I did forget about that. I think that'll actually go away after we start declaring our willingness to do the Reconquista. Oh. Right, we don't get the Spanish main event until we actually, peace out with Denmark. We get the 2 Spain's journal entry. They recently made this actually achievable. Before, the requirement was 95%, which made it basically impossible. Now with 80%, it's like actually possible, but still extremely hard because, yeah, 80% when the drift is like, it's super hard to get the drift to 80%, but it is possible on like 95%, which is essentially impossible. Oh, actually, Mexico or Denmark has a much stronger fleet than I expected. We actually can't land them. Wow, I really had no idea Denmark had such a big fleet. I guess I'm gonna move an interest into North Germany and then try to like ally Hamburg or something to get an interest. I mean, to be able to get a land invasion off, because otherwise I have no idea how we're gonna be able to do this. Yeah, I think that's our pretty much only idea, or only strategy that we could do. Draft treaty, alliance, Hamburg. Military assistance, please accept Hamburg. Yes. Okay. Now I can, cannot reach Schleswig-Holstein via land? What? Why? I guess I can actually just station them directly in Hamburg. Yeah, let's just station all my armies in Hamburg. That should make things a little bit easier. Can I just do like that? Does that put them all? I actually don't know if that did. I think it didn't. Okay, now that they're in the Hamburg HQ, they are willing to invade Holstein. Very good. Yep. We're gonna run an infamy before we win this war, but since it doesn't count being a diplo play, I can just declare war on Oman for like Zanzibar. Or have they dropped? No, they're not an unrecognized power, so we can't like annex them. Let's just conquer Zanzibar. And we should be able to peace out of this war before that actually concludes. So we actually get the Spanish main event. Memories of the Indies here. We need the get Denmark to negative for support, and then we can just get the protectorate. Yep, there it is. And now we should get the Spanish main. Yep, here it is. Now we have the 2 options. Hispano-America, the old empire is gone, or cowards, send for the war minister, treason shall not be rewarded. And of course, there is only one correct answer, except there isn't. Either path is fine. This option does cost 5 infamy, whereas this one gives you minus 10% infamy generation. So really both paths make a lot of sense. But I'm going to be going with the Reconquista, because I have a little bit of a plan using these reestablish colony buttons. I'll add in as a war goal against Oman for Kenya. Then we need to go below 25 infamy. And I'm pretty sure now that we've done the Reconquista, yeah, they no longer have the minus 1,000 to doing treaties with us. So that's good. Trying to improve relations. But they really have bad relations with me. Did I get like a huge minus to relations from going Reconquista? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I should be incorporating País Vasco, because this is actually a good state. It has a lot of iron. Wait, why is the game... Okay, I had to click like 5 times for the game to let me incorporate it. I also should build up maybe like one more construction sector, I think. We can afford a little bit more construction. And construction sectors are really cheap to build and destroy, so it's not a big deal if we have to destroy it. Probably want to build up more iron mines. Yeah. I'm gonna try to sign a treaty like this with Mexico. Okay, they do accept that. That's good. Hopefully that makes their attitude go better. Looks like it didn't. Unfortunate. Usually military assistance does make people's attitude improve, but in this case it didn't. France wants investment rights and trade privileges? Nah. Nah, we can't be giving France trade privileges, even though it's actually not a bad thing. I don't like giving people investment rights because it's kind of cringe. I need to go declare more rivalries because, yeah, we need more influence. Because I want to be able to improve relations with more South American countries. Yeah, we have really bad relations with them all. I should actually use some authority to make my country a little bit better. Yeah, let's decrease spam in some of our better states. So, like, these are some good states. Asturias, I guess, is also a pretty good state. And then I could also use a consumption tax on something. That seems like a good use of authority. Oh, well, I didn't really consider this event. Oops. Dang. Okay, well, that made going for water tube boiler kind of useless. I guess I should have stopped at 6.5k, or the game should have just given me that event a little bit earlier. Yeah, okay. We got water tube boiler, though. I guess getting water tube... I don't know. I guess... Was that still useful? I guess it still... It concentrated our tech spread, but at a big cost. So, yeah, I don't know. America currently is lacking an interest in La Plata, so I'm going to go for a protectorate play on Argentina while they're lacking that interest. So America is pretty inconsistent about joining the wars, even if they do have an interest, but they do sometimes do it, so we do want to avoid their interests if possible. And they are going to do it to us right now because we have super bad relations with them. Oh, I should stop improving relations with Denmark. It's unnecessary past 0. I just wanted to get rid of the cohesion penalty. Dang, I don't have enough influence to improve with USA. Yes, we can skip them. Instead, work on USA, because we want to make USA not hate us too much so that they hopefully don't join against us. But they probably still will. I don't know. So we get Santo Domingo request protection, because they actually won against Haiti. Apparently they annexed Haiti, which I didn't know that was a possibility, but it happened. Um, so we can get them as a puppet, which I think we'll do. But it does hurt relations with the USA by an effective 40 relative to not doing it. So, I mean, you can make an argument for not doing it, but we're going to do it. Because, yeah, they own both states. If they only owned one, it would be a little bit more of a question. But since they own the entire island, it's like, we gotta take that, right? I guess I'll try to invade Argentina. We do have less troops than they have defenders, but their defenders' defense value is only like 17, which is really weird. Or it's really low, I mean. And our offense is very high at 35. First attempt didn't go very well, but we did roll pretty badly, so I think I'll just cancel the naval invasion and maybe try again and see how it goes next time. I think we've got a good chance at having one of these times go good for us. We just need to get better rolls where the enemy doesn't roll good visibility and we roll blunder. This is the 3rd time I've had awful rolls in these battles. No way. It's unbelievable that I've rolled this badly 3 times in a row. But I rolled kind of okay this time, and I am still losing, unfortunately. Yeah, okay. I guess I need to build a bigger fleet if I want to beat Argentina or like invade through Uruguay or something. Yeah. Oh, France is having a civil war. Interesting. Um, Civil War is a great power, so yeah, no way we could subjugate it, even if we unally France, obviously. That would be crazy if we could ally it. You know, this is a legitimist revolt. If only the bug was not a thing. I have reported a bug about it being impossible to PU Spain as France right now. Hopefully once that's patched, I'm gonna do a France run going legitimist, I think. Yeah, I should queue up some naval bases to get my navy big enough to beat Argentina. Apparently, I guess Argentina is like going broke or something. Oh yeah, Argentina's in a huge amount of debt because they just like deleted their entire military. I think this is like not the first time I've seen Argentina delete a huge portion of their military because they've gone into huge debt. I think this happened in my Japan run or Portugal run too because I remember seeing like a bonus to Liberty Desire reduction from Argentina has no army in one of those runs. Now that we have Argentina, you can see we can already reestablish the river plate because the requirements are actually really moderate because it says at least 70% of states are belong to Spain, belong to a subject of Spain, or are decentralized. So, like, it counts Buenos Aires effectively twice, and like this is also counting in our favor. So, like, it's super good, even though we don't own the entirety of the strategic region at all. Not even close to 70% of it, I would say, because of how that is counting. It's a little bit good. But you might be wondering how we plan on utilizing this to make us super good. Well, you know, the normal way that this is useful is that it would let you automatically reduce your subjects to puppets, and it also gives them an incorporation speed buff. Is there anything else that's important? Oh yeah, and it combines them into multiple. It combines multiple subjects into one. But the reason we're going to be using this button is once we subjugate everyone in La Plata, we can press that button and do some shenanigans and then annex all of this for free. And not just, you know, not just everything but the capitals, but we'll be able to annex all of it. They're not for free. It'll cost a little bit of infamy, but a relatively small amount. Like, how much infamy would it be to annex our subject of Argentina right now? 22? It's going to be way less than that, for sure. Although, relative to annexing them loyal, it's going to be pretty similar. Interesting that USA and Mexico are fighting, and USA is somehow losing right now. They have like double the power protection of Mexico, but they are losing for some reason right now. I imagine that they're going to end up winning, but that is really weird. I should declare my next war. Oh, now USA has interests, and UK does wants to join against us as well. So we need to improve relations with the UK or something. Um, we're really short on influence. Really short on influence. I need to declare like more rivalries. Russia, I guess I can rival. Netherlands, I guess I can rival. Do I want to rival America? I don't know. Okay, now we can improve relations with the UK at least, but yeah, it's tough. I mean, we can wait till we go down to like zero infamy to decide what war we want to declare. But we don't want to have Britain join against us for sure, and America joining against us would be very unfortunate. Okay, so I'm very confused about what's going on in this war. So I clicked on an American barracks over here in New York, and it turns out that their army is just sort of chilling in the New England HQ. I think as soon as it stops chilling, Mexico is going to lose. But for now, the majority of the American army is just sort of chilling, and so Mexico is just having a free war. If Mexico can win this war, you know, I'm all for it. But like, it doesn't really make any sense what America's doing right now. Yeah, they literally only have a four stack other than this army. What is America doing? I don't understand. Mexico is about to get Washington, D.C. I guess they technically aren't bordering New England yet. I'm guessing as soon as they border New England, that's when the American AI is going to realize, oh, we need to do something about this. And then it's going to be a race to see if USA can deoccupy their territory before they decide to peace out. Chile and Bolivia are fighting. Unfortunately, due to my terrible relations with all these countries, there's no way I'm going to be able to get them as subjects. I do think Chile is going to win because they called in. Oh, actually, Argentina's really weak though. No, yeah, Chile wins this, I think. It depends on how South Peru participates, I guess. It's also really weird that they have Liberate South Peru and Transfer South Peru at the same time. I don't know what that's going to do. But yeah, we can't join either side for Protectorate, so we'll just see what happens. My cohesion is really bad. I need to go vassalization due to try to get my cohesion back up and improve relations with Argentina, I guess. Yeah, I should just be improving relations with Argentina to try to get cohesion up. We need to get it to at least 40 if we want to have any chance of getting Mexico in the bloc. Because, yeah, they really hate giving me a power block embassy with my cohesion being this low. Chile's about to win their war against Bolivia, so I guess I should go for a protectorate against them. Oh, America might join against us. So, yeah, Mexico did win their war against USA. Okay, yeah, let's go for this protectorate. America probably joins against us here, but I don't think that that's too much of a problem. Yeah, I'm actually not that scared of America joining. Okay, America did indeed join the war. Just went for Cuba investment rights. We should be able to not worry about that too much. I need to change governments. That one is not very legitimate anymore. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that is not at all what I expected to happen. Oh, I didn't even notice Chile was conquering La Paz. Yeah, they transferred South Peru, and that ended up with them getting all of Peru. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna send over an invasion of Chile for Santiago. I don't know if the Americans are gonna send troops over to defend, or if they're just gonna sort of sit there in their own country, maybe naval invade Cuba. Are the Americans actually just gonna sit there and do nothing? I don't know. Kind of seems like it. Okay, well, they got a fleet here to stop me, actually. And did they bring over an army? Oh no, that's actually just the Chileans brought their entire army there. That doesn't seem very smart of you, Chile. Because now I can just, like, invade in the Andes and you're not going to have any defense. That seems quite short-sighted, Chile. Especially if you're not going to move anything back up when I start a naval invasion to there. Yeah, that doesn't seem very smart, Chile. You know, you should maybe have got a better plan. Because that plan didn't seem to work out too well for you. Yeah, that plan did not work very well, Chile. Now I can mobilize my other two armies to go into this front. The Americans are trying to naval invade me, so I will put my big army that I am trying to not mobilize too much, actually mobilize to defend that. Okay, my other armies have arrived, so we should be able to take Santiago now. And so you get Santiago, Chileans will be able to capitulate. Oh, Sweden's in a civil war. I don't think there's any way we can subjugate that. Yeah, I don't think so. What in the world is this uprising taking half of France? I guess I don't have an interest in France, so I can't join the Civil War. Interesting though. Pretty big Civil War. This is the second Civil War France has already had. Of course, the Americans are still not going to be willing to accept peace, even though Spain is negative war support, but once once Chile capitulates, we can honestly just give America and force investment rights, right? Because we don't really care that they can invest in Cuba. Yeah. Now I can improve relations with Chile because Chile is going to tank my cohesion. Yeah, that's not good. But, I mean, now we own a lot of stuff, and we're probably actually pretty close to being able to reestablish Peru. Oh yeah, the only reason we can't is because we don't... technically, Lima is a subject of a subject, not a subject. Okay. Can we fix that by granting Chile? We can grant them that. But what I really wanted to ask is if we can get Peru down to being a puppet. Looks like, yes, we can. Nice. Okay. Well, that's gonna make us make our subjects even more disloyal, which will make cohesion lower. But now we have Chile as a puppet, which is kind of nice. We've got Mexico to be cooperative. Can we perhaps sign a power block embassy treaty now? Not very easily, because I don't really want to get investment rights in them. What if I add it to this treaty? No, 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 no. This. This. Defensive pact they actually like more. Huh. They don't like this very much because they currently think we changed the deal in a bad way for them. I guess I could give them a little bit of money. Goods transfer? Is there any goods they want? Small arms? We can give them a couple small arms, I guess. Okay. Now they're kind of willing to accept this deal. Please accept this deal because my cohesion's going to go to 0 if you don't accept it. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to try to get Mexico to accept after we get our cohesion back up then. Yeah, I don't know when we're going to be able to get our cohesion back up though. Actually, let's just set up our first two annexes. First, we're gonna have to go for some more protectorates in the Andes, Ecuador and Bolivia, pretty much. And then we might want to go for Paraguay for the La Plata annex. I shouldn't have mobilized the 31 stack, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, now Ecuador, and then we can do the Andes annex after this. Though maybe I should leave the La Plata annex for later because the thing is, it will lead to Britain potentially colonizing down here. Unless I can get like a non-colonization agreement with Britain to get them to not colonize in La Plata. No, they really don't want to do that. Hmm. Oh, Belgium's in a civil war. I guess I'll get a defensive pact with them and then get a free subject on Belgium. Belgium free subject is actually very nice. That's a pretty big country to just get as a subject for free. Yeah. Okay, it's time for the first Giga Annex. Re-establish Peru. They should hold dominion over all the Andes. Of course, of course. But, before we click that, real quick, I do want to just declare war on Peru. Or actually, are there like 5 states we could give that would reduce them to being... Hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I guess there's some pretty good low pop states, but let's not do that. Let's just do it this way. We're gonna force the Diplo play, and now we're gonna give them all of the Andes. And yeah, that's a lot of territory we're annexing for 13 infamy. I'll put my troops on the front, and we will now beat up Peru, get all this territory for free. Well, technically not free, but like all this for 13 infamy, that's a pretty good deal. Okay, we can now annex Peru. By the way, the reason we can't just annex these guys when forming Iberia, even though they're Spanish culture, is that they're colonial subject type, which means that they aren't annexable by formations unless you're also a colonial country, and we cannot realistically become a colonial country. In fact, I don't know of any way you could do it. I can't think of anything that you would be able to do that with. I'm gonna start incorporating all of this. Gonna need to build up a lot of bureaucracy to account for all of our newly acquired states. I will go vassalization 3. Yeah, that makes their cohesion a little bit better. It's still not great, but it's a little bit better. Oh yeah, I should start enacting colonial exploitation. Definitely want to be able to create colonies. I'm gonna withdraw from my defensive pact with Portugal because I do think I want to manually invade them for a protectorate and not go for a peaceful method because there's a pretty good amount of leverage on Portugal right now, so that'd be pretty tough to get them, I think. Yeah, there's 3,000 total leverage on Portugal, so it'd be pretty tough. France is invading Morocco. How dare they? So I guess we have to defensive pact Morocco because I'm not letting Morocco get defeated by France. 'Cause that would not be good for me. Then we'll just kick out the moderate party from government, and we can now sway Morocco for ask to become protectorate. Now I'm going to declare my own war against against France, because we can get some people to help us out probably. And we can also liberate Algeria, maybe liberate Occitania. I don't know. I'm sure we can find some good stuff to declare against France. Yeah, we've got a lot of interests I can declare now. So that's good. We can call UK to our side, get some help, fight France. And France is actually pretty weak. They only have 92 battalions. So I think they're pretty poor. I think the removal of the investment pool multiplier kind of makes France do pretty badly in most games. Try to just hold oh, wait, what? Oh, no, Morocco just has not accepted my sway yet. Okay, there we go. Now we have the war on the side of Morocco as well, so you can see that front. That'll mean that France won't be able to enforce that too easily, because they'll have to occupy our capital or occupy Morocco for a really long time, pretty much. Interesting that UK is swayable despite being minus 51. Yeah, that's not really normally an amount that would be swayable. I'll go to a more legitimate government so we can continue passing colonial exploitation. And I will also start using some conscripts because we're going to need them to win this war. Yeah, we're definitely going to need them. Good. Okay, UK just wants to transfer states from us. They want Eastern Andalusia, or I guess one of our subjects. So yeah, that's not happening. What if we change to a government they like a little bit more? Do they want the Progressive Party? It has trade unions in it is the problem. Let's see what they think about that. Okay, that seems to have made them better, just putting that... Yeah, now they actually are willing to accept an obligation. Okay. I guess I should go through their war goals maybe and think about what war goals would they maybe be close to? No, no, no. Okay, let's just give them an obligation because they don't have any conquers. Yeah, that should be fine. And the British will help us out in this war. We can liberate Occitania. And liberating Occitania from France is gonna be pretty nice to do this early. France kind of, you kind of did this to yourself, France. But yeah, you're gonna have to pay the price now for your misbehavior. I should not be going for both company slots. I should just go for one and then quinine. Um, I should actually build up the 5 coal mines I need in Asturias to create Duro y Campania, because I actually forgot that one of my goals for this run was to get the perfect company set up. Liberate. Oh, we have a return CB on Maguinda now. Oh, because there's a Dutch thing that owns it. Let's just liberate Occitania. That's the important thing. And yeah, Netherlands is a major power, so I don't want to do anything with them, I think. Um, yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think that there's nothing much else that we can do that would be too useful. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't see anything else being important. I think this is good enough set of war goals to go with. I guess I should just put all my armies on offense. Yeah, we might as well. We gotta take Aquitaine before the French relocate from Algeria, from Morocco. Oh, the Moroccans were winning, but I guess the Egyptians. Oh yeah, the Egyptians went back because they're getting naval invaded, so that's why the Moroccans aren't winning anymore. Morocco has occupied a little bit of Algeria, and yeah, our invasion into the French mainland is going pretty well with the help of the UK. So yeah, this was a good war, I guess. Good thing I didn't just let the French have Morocco. Liberate Algeria, liberate Occitania, or should I wait till the Morocco war? They're like getting closer to losing. I guess I should wait for that so that the British don't abandon me in the war. First company, we're definitely going to be going Duro y Campania, the best company ever. Get this logging camps, and then start getting this some monopolies. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good company, Duro. Okay, there's France losing their first war. I guess we still keep all this occupation. Yeah, so France is going to lose the second war as well. Okay, Morocco proposes a full peace deal. Very good. Algeria and Occitania liberated from France, 1850. Please, Mexico, give me a power block embassy. No, how dare you decline my power block embassy again? That's evil. Actually, I can probably add it onto this treaty and it will have more acceptance that way. I think. Wait, no? Am I crazy? Um, huh. Increasing my money I gave to Mexico to hopefully get them to accept the treaty this time. Please, Mexico, accept my treaty. I just want to get you my power block and then subjugate you. Surely you're fine with that. I decided to do a treaty with Portugal, and yeah, we are going to get them in our block diplomatically. I do need to find something to spend my infamy on, though. Hmm. Guess I could be invading South Africa. Yeah, I don't really know what else I would do. I guess we'll go invade Lorenzo Marx. It is kind of unfortunate because, we don't have the infamy reductions against unrecognized powers yet, but I really don't know what else we would do right now. So I guess I've got to go do this. Yeah, we don't have civilizing mission or anything yet. So it's a little bit suboptimal to be invading this area, but I mean, like, how would we, what else would we do, right? Like, I cannot think of much else that would be more useful. New Granada and Venezuela are joining my power block. Very nice. I should probably spam up a little bit of a university so that we can get some more tech research speed going. Yeah, I think that's worth it at this point. Mexico and Portugal are in the block. Very good, very good. We don't have nearly enough prestige to subjugate Mexico, actually. We're gonna need like 50% more prestige. That's gonna be a little bit tricky. Yeah, actually, I don't know how we're gonna get 50% more prestige. Hmm. I guess we might be able to do it just like from raising government wages. We can get rid of this intelligentsia debuff as well. I don't know. We'll just not worry about it too much, I guess. Can I upgrade my tooling workshops to steel tools? I should probably do that. And customer process for the steel mills. And I probably need to build more steel mills, but it's fine. I guess Leon is probably a good state to do this in. Yeah. Do we have some trade that would be good? It's like not really. Country doesn't need too much trade. What trade center is 41 productivity? That would imply that we do need to do trade. No, not many, I guess. Let's just build like 3 more trade centers. Get a little bit more trade going. I'm gonna use the trade unions that are in my government right now to pass public health insurance. Let's try to negotiate with someone to get our success chance up on this a little bit. Armed forces, we can give you political concessions, petite bourgeoisie. Um, that's such a minor amount of increased light industries. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna basically be free to complete. North German Federation is trying to unify Germany against France right now. I think that there's practically a 100% chance that Germany wins this. As a person who would never, ever, ever run out of infamy, I definitely haven't ever, ever run out of infamy. Anyway, I'm going to reduce autonomy on Argentina and then declare war on Paraguay for make protectorate. I think I'm going to be doing the La Plata one soon, although maybe we should probably just wait for this full thing to, the full coast to be colonized so that we can be sure that Britain won't colonize anything and ruin our borders. Public health insurance has passed. That's nice. I feel like my construction amount is like going back and forth. I don't know why. Uh, okay, weird. Anyways, I'm gonna build up more government administrations because we do need to level up some institutions. Yeah, we have all of our institutions at level 1 right now, which is not ideal. And I also like, you know, we need to get out of negative bureaucracy because running tax waste is not very good. Can I like land invade this or something? Because the front is broken. Yeah, okay, we can. Oh, uh-oh. Paraguay, I should not have subjugated Paraguay. I should have, it's fine. I should have been improving relations faster because, yeah, they're gonna kill my cohesion, meaning I can't start doing subjugates. Unfortunate. Okay, we don't have food company as an option. I guess I haven't got 5 food industries in a single state. So we have to pick up a different company as our second company. I guess I just go generic metalworks because I think that's the only one here that is in my final list of companies that I want to be using. Let's remove decrees from Leon so that I can put on a monopoly on tooling workshops to this company. I think I should also give this company a trade rights and give it a monopoly on trade centers, I guess, because this is important to be able to, what's it called? Um, yeah, have trade center throughput. Catalan National Awakening. How dare they? It's not a big deal, but yeah, interesting. Catalans are trying to have a national awakening. Actually, that's kind of bad because I forgot fervor like makes it so that the pops won't convert to your culture. Not like that's actually a problem though. Yeah, it's not a real issue. Dang, because of my low cohesion, Mexico actually left the bloc. That's sad. Wow, Belgium is very disloyal. The evil US, Ottomans, and Italy are supporting them for independence. That's crazy. Everyone in the world is supporting Belgium for independence. If they weren't doing that, then we can easily have Belgium be loyal, but no. Italy, US, they all had to support the independence of Belgium. Who's the other one? Who's doing it? Ottomans? Why would you do this to me, Ottomans? Okay, I did rival you to be fair, but like, did you really have to do this to me? I don't think so. Okay, I'll rival the USA, but unrival the Ottomans and then start improving relations with them so they hopefully stop supporting the independence of Belgium. Colonial offices 3, very nice to get that minus infamy generation against unrecognized powers stacking up. This is actually like the most confusing war I've ever had declared on me in like so long. What is the AI thinking? What? Ottomans declaring war on me? That does not make like any sense at all. There's no way. I guess they technically have more troops than me, but I don't have a feeling that the Ottomans are going to be able to win this war. Oh, did I miss out on the entire hmm. Okay, I have to make Morocco go free if I want to get the like event chain that leads to us conquering or getting like claims on Africa and stuff. But I guess do we want to do that? I don't know. Hmm. Portugal's in a civil war, so we can get them as a protectorate. That's good. That'll help increase cohesion a little bit, which is important. Yeah, that'll increase cohesion by like roughly 3. Getting kind of close to 50 cohesion so that we can subjugate Grenada and Venezuela. So unfortunate that we lost Mexico from the bloc. I'm gonna withdraw from both my treaties with Mexico and try to sign a new treaty that hopefully can include a power block embassy. Defensive pact, trade privileges, military assistance, obligation. I think this is good. We could take investment rights in them, but like that wouldn't be a good idea, I think. Does that doesn't quite get us to 200 leverage. The Ottomans are now willing to accept a white peace, which is nice. The war with Portugal should be over pretty soon. Occupying most of their country. Oh, I guess they have Timor-Leste as their like main thing that we haven't occupied yet. Mama said infamy again. Um, I guess I'll conquer Congo. I don't know. Just sort of conquering random things as I try to get up to 50 cohesion so that we can start subjugating New Granada and Venezuela. Or hoping. Oh, wait, this is finished. Okay. I should do my next war as annexing all of these guys over here. That'll be nice. That will probably increase cohesion a lot because we'll get rid of a lot of prestige that is not owned by the leader of the bloc. My final mandate slot, I will go companies. We're eventually going to need to go technocracy to get our 7th company slot. Can we get Costa Rica as a subject here potentially? Seemingly no. Okay. I'm gonna try increasing government wages to get to 50 cohesion. Yeah, that did work. Okay, and then we can subjugate New Granada. Nice. Okay, we gotta reestablish River Plate. They shall hold dominion over all of La Plata, of course. But, let's see, could we grant them some states to maybe reduce the infamy cost? I think, yeah, their current infamy cost is based on 356,000 pops. So we need to not, um, yeah, we need to not, like, 5x their pops, and we should be at an advantage. And I think we can do that. So let's grant them Santa Fe. Let's grant them Corrientes. Is that actually it? What? Both of these states are in colonies? Oh no, this is their capital now. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. I mean, we can evangelize, but yeah, that only puts it to 30. We would need something to reduce it a little bit more, I think. I mean, maybe we can do like 0.5 a week. That would be, that would actually be enough. If we can get 0.5 a week, that would give enough reduction. 0.42 a week times how many weeks? That might work. Okay, let's support regime. 0.48. I think this works to get them under 25. We'll see. Okay, yeah, we did manage to get them below 25 in time. Very good. Um, Unfortunately, the British are going to support them, which is not exactly ideal, but they are only 5.5 infamy to annex. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to hope that the British don't actually interfere too much. Please, Britain, don't interfere in this war, you know? You can just like not, and that would be very nice if you could do that. Yeah, Britain's against us. We don't like to see that very much. But Britain doesn't seem to be sending too many troops to fronts right now. So that's good. We could add a war goal against Britain, but I don't really want to, because that would make Britain more likely to stay in the war and commit troops. So we're not going to add any war goals against Britain. We're just going to try to annex Rio de la Plata and move on from this war. Okay, we managed to occupy Gibraltar, that's good. Now we just have to occupy like all of Rio de la Plata and we can win the war pretty easily. Yeah, Britain's trying to naval invade me, but there's no way their naval invasion gets in time, I think. Yeah, before we can capitulate Rio de la Plata, no chance. Well, there goes Rio de la Plata. Nice big Spain in the New World now. And start incorporating all of these states. Very good. It's especially good that it actually annexed Paraguay instead of just like taking their state that was actually in the strategic region. I assume it like bases off of capitals or something because Uruguay didn't get annexed. So it must be based on capitals. I don't know. I mean, I say I don't know, and then I say it must be, but like I don't, I'm not really sure if I know. I can invite Mexico back to the bloc. That is going to be pretty good. I should try to get most of these Central American countries in too. But actually first I'm going to subjugate Venezuela. Now we need to hope that this doesn't cause Mexico to leave the bloc because yeah, the cohesion is going to be going down. I mean the leverage is going to be going down because the cohesion is down. But the cohesion will go back up. I'm going to go for a protectorate on the Netherlands. This is a pretty good war, I think. We can sway Belgium to our side maybe, or we actually can just enforce middle access because they're basically at 100 liberty desire anyway. I should really build up a bigger army. Yeah, our army is really not very big. It's like, let's really expand our army. Because we're probably going to need it, to be honest. Yeah, because a lot of people want to join the Netherlands here, I think. Especially Germany is a little bit of a threat here, to be honest. I can't realistically improve relations with them because I have them as a rival. We just have to hope they don't join against us. Did they? Oh, they're not. Okay, that's good. France did join against us, though. That's not exactly ideal. Yeah, that's very bad that France and Austria joined against us. Empire of Japan just had a civil war. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I wonder what state they'd be willing to give me. Karafudo? Oh, that's Sakhalin. Yeah, nice to get Japan as a protectorate. Although, I mean, like, all the protectorates we're getting right now are gonna get, like, so disloyal from doing this annex stuff. That is the one disadvantage of doing this annex stuff, is that it does make your subjects pretty disloyal. So maybe, like, it's better to just do this at the very start instead of doing the Sub Empire stuff to get Mexico. Maybe it's better to just do all this at the very beginning. I don't know. What I do know is that I'm very happy with my GDP right now. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm higher than my previous Spain run, which I'm pretty happy with considering they completely removed the investment pool multiplier. I mean, we do own like half of South America, but you know, that's just perfectly balanced. Perfectly balanced. I'm gonna enforce military access on Belgium and then send my troops over there, because we need to win this war. Well, we don't really need to win this war, but I want to win this war, you know? I guess I should also build 5 food industries in a state so that I can get food company going. Yeah, that's going to be good to have. Oh wow, having my army here gives me a huge convoy deficit. Yeah, okay, we have to go on the defensive, I guess. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We've got such a big convoy deficit from being over here. Hopefully we can just kill enough French that they capitulate out of the war or something. Realistically, I just need my ports to get expanded. I am building some ports right now, but they're going to take a while to build. Okay, now I can pick up food as my third company. Very nice, giving us plus 5% birth rate, which will help out a good amount with pop growth. Well, we were winning for a little bit, as you can see by our occupation in Holland, but we're not winning anymore. Hopefully, once the French capitulate in just a couple more weeks, we should be in a little bit of a better situation here. I don't know. I don't know how much of these troops are from Austria, is the thing. Yeah, a good amount of them were from Austria, clearly, because the front still has a pretty big advantage for them. But what I can do, I guess, is a naval invasion and see... Okay, they actually do send some troops back to defend, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Wait, what? My naval invasion canceled for no reason, seemingly? I actually have no idea what happened. Oh, the fleet lost its admiral. That would indeed end a naval invasion. Oh, Austria is finally out of this war. Okay, we can kill the Netherlands now. Very good. Please get into Holland. Quicker. Quicker, Holland. Yes, we got Holland. No, they sent a white piece before we got into Holland. No. The greatest, the worst thing that could possibly happen. Getting a peace deal sent to you at the wrong moment. Okay. Well, we don't fall to 0 infamy at least. Good, good, good. Now we have the Netherlands as a subject. Well, since we're about to subjugate Mexico, apparently our prestige has actually gotten to 5x there. I guess because I just built up the army, that would make some sense. I'm going to reduce autonomy on New Granada to a puppet. And then I'm going to reestablish New Granada. Then we're going to have to actually finish this off. Actually, first I should try to get these guys to be losing liberty desire, I guess, as fast as possible. Reduce subject payments. Exempt from service. Support regime. Yeah, try and get their liberty desire go down as fast as possible. 0.8 a week is kind of absurd. Okay, can we please kill this country over here? so that we can build a grant state. That would be good. Please, come on, die. Die country, please stop winning this battle. Yes, you lost it. Good, 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 good. Wait, what? Why are you at 61 Liberty Desire? Oh, that's New Granada. Oops. Okay. Nueva Granada is at 46 Liberty Desire. That's good. Okay, with the final Monday tick before we have to press Old Order, this has gotten below 40 Liberty Desire. So now I can evangelize, bring it to 29. Grant State Guavire. Now we're below 25, meaning we can annex Nueva Granada for 5.7 infamy. So yeah, I guess we should do that. And then they shall hold dominion over all of Gran Colombia, of course. And then, yeah, we're gonna annex Nueva Granada. get a pretty nice expansion. Oh, Brazil joined Nueva Granada. I'm gonna naval invade their capital to get them to reconsider having all of their troops on this front. Surely Britain won't lose to the revolt in India here, right? I wonder if I can use this to transfer India for way cheaper once this is about to end. We actually might be able to. Can I get an interest in Central India? I actually can. Okay. Well, we'll have to pay attention to that, because if they can manage to deal with that revolt and it's clear that they're gonna win, we can transfer East India Company for 60 infamy. That's gonna be an amazing deal. Only problem is that it actually kind of looks like the East India Liberal Revolt is gonna win this, which is a little bit weird. Yeah, it would be really weird if the East India Liberal Revolt manages to win. And, like, surely this can't win this, right? It actually has 12,000 power projection. It would be really bad for us if this wins. Britain has decided to conquer Manchuria from China, which is sort of interesting. I guess I should try to improve relations with Britain so we can buy the states. Because if we can just, like, buy the states of Manchuria from Britain, that would be pretty convenient compared to having to conquer them, because they're going to be, like, a lot of infamy to conquer these 3 states. Like, 60 infamy or something ridiculous like that. So I would prefer to not have to pay that. Yeah, that's really unfortunate that India is going to go free. I think it's extremely unlikely that they don't go free at this point. Yeah. Nueva Granada got annexed. Nice. Now all this is our territory. That's a big GDP spike. Almost at 100 million GDP now. Or really almost 90 million, but 90 million is right by 100 million, you know? Yep, pretty good. Oh, that does put us at a big bureaucracy deficit, though. So I should spam up some government administrations a little bit. Or maybe I should go on to... No, I don't think I should go on to... We don't actually have standardized filing systems unlocked yet. I kind of forgot about that. I should actually research central archives and then do pan-nationalism and steel frame buildings. We can form Iberia pretty soon. We just need to, like, get Portugal to become a puppet, right? Or actually, Portugal is going to accept... Oh, I don't know if we have enough laws in common, I guess. But assuming we have enough laws in common, we can just do the Iberian Union the way you're supposed to, right? I don't know. Yeah, we have one peninsula. We have been divided for too long. I believe since Portugal is a subject, they are guaranteed to get involved. Yes, they are. But, it says we share 0 laws. I assume we have... Okay, yeah, we do actually share enough laws. Okay, so we can form Iberia this way. We don't have to reduce Portugal's autonomy. That's good. We just have to get out of a play. That's a little bit weird. I'm at 0.0 infamy, so I'm gonna have to declare another play before. What's going on with this? This is weird. Okay, yeah, reloading the save did make a front appear. Very good. Who should I invade, I guess? I'm trying to see. I guess we'll just invade someone small to get a little bit of infamy so we don't hit 0 while we deal with the Mapuche uprising. And then we can form Iberia. Yeah, we can see, what's it called? India has collapsed. Although, a nice thing about it collapsing, like, with so few princely states, it should have a lot of unincorporated states. Not really, actually. A lot of it is incorporated. It's kind of just like Bombay. That isn't. Yeah, not a huge amount that's unincorporated. Okay, I'm out of war. We can now establish a real union. Yep. Okay. Establish real union. We annex Portugal and become Iberia. I don't think that removes all of our content. Yes, we still have the ability to do economic regeneration, and I have checked, unlike my Portugal game, they have patched it now, So economic regeneration bonuses will stay after being Iberia. Oh, because we formed Iberia, we get a 25 prestige modifier, and we also get a claim on Upper Andalusia, which is a little bit nice. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was planning on buying a state from Britain. I should do that. Shengjing. Give them some money. Oh, Britain really likes money right now. Okay, we don't actually have to give them very much to get them to accept this. But we could get them maybe to accept 2? Or, this is interesting. We might be able to get them to transfer us Korea, or is that even good? No, let's actually just take a state. Let's just take one state, one state. Don't owe obligation, don't give investment rights, just do this treaty. Yeah, we get ourselves Shengjing, which is a pretty nice state. That'll mean in the future we can buy Southern Jilin, which is a even better state. Now that we own, or now that we are Iberia, we can now get some of the Portugal journal entries, specifically Coastal Strongholds, which has some stuff that wants us to conquer Angola and Mozambique, and then we'll get like the ability to form the pink map and stuff. So that's good. Oh, I can now subjugate Mexico. Very nice. Now we just need to get a little bit more states in Central America if we want to, what's this called? Yeah, reestablish New Spain. Unfortunately, we're not going to reorganize the Caribbean, which is kind of, yeah, that's pretty unfortunate because I would like to annex Cuba and stuff for really cheap. That would be very nice. Although actually the cost for annexing Cuba isn't that bad. It's only 27 infamy. Actually, that is kind of bad. I thought it had a little bit more GDP than it did. What is Glorious Eden? Oh, Penna Palace. Yeah, I should build the Penna Palace. This is just 5 extra legitimacy for a head of state. I'm going for protectorates in Central America because, yeah, we need to reestablish New Spain in the next, like, couple of years, or else we're not gonna complete this before 1880 to get the modifier permanently. Which I do want to get the modifier permanently. I actually don't know which modifier I want. Both modifiers are kind of good, but, like, not amazing. It's kind of hard to decide which of these is better. I think it's very likely that the UK is going to join against me in one of these wars, which if they do, it is what it is, and I'll probably conquer their Central American territories. Oh, I should ban slavery. That is a pretty good thing to do. Let's give political concessions. Political concessions is always good. Yeah, okay. Good. 29% success on slavery is pretty solid. Oh, can we potentially get Occitania as a subject here? Hmm. I think we might be able to. Never mind. I actually don't think it's possible to get Occitania. Yeah, the little to lose from enemy war goals kind of makes it impossible, I think. Well, I guess we're probably going to war with Britain for the rest of these, because they all say Britain plus something. So, unless Britain just has no sways they can get with these guys, which I guess there is a decent chance that they actually have no sways, then we are going to have some problems here. I wonder if I should survey the Panama and Suez, because I mean, like, I'm not going to be getting the companies, but let's do them. Yeah, let's survey the Panama and Suez Canal. I'm going to conquer Gujarat from Bahawalpur before they can incorporate it, because, you know, the infamy cost is going to skyrocket on this once they can incorporate it, so we can't be letting that happen. Rajasthan should also take, should I go for Pahari Punjab? No, let's just go for Rajasthan and Gujarat. I'm gonna try starting a colony over here in Eastern New Guinea, just so that I can give a non-colonization agreement to the British for it. Yeah, that does work. Let me do the same thing in Oceania. This is probably in Oceania. Yeah, it is. Will the British now give me a non-colonization agreement on Oceania as well? No, they actually don't care. Dang. Okay, I'll just pause that colony then. Um, hmm. Yeah, we need like a little bit more. We want to get the British to give me like I want to get the British to give me British Guatemala because it is. I mean, I'm gonna have to conquer like all of the countries down here. Actually, I was able to get Honduras. So it's not gonna be a big deal. Britain didn't get involved for Honduras, so I kind of doubt they're gonna get involved for the rest now. Oh, Great Britain did end up joining against me. Okay. Return British Upper Andalusia. Conquer British Guatemala. Transfer Mosquito Kingdom. No, I want to take Canada and stuff, of course, but this is not the war for that. Because I want to get, like, multilateral alliances first. I should actually spam universities. That's, like, the most important thing for me to do right now. Spam universities so we can get like human rights and stuff faster. Beira, we've got a lot of peasants. Okay, let's just spam like a 250 university stack. We're kind of running a lot of universities relative to our level of construction, but I think we kind of need it. I don't know. Can I incorporate more states? Not really. Maybe I should go back onto standardized, or go back off of standardized filing systems. I mean, actually, it's not cost me much. We can just accept it. Running almost 100% surplus for the extra, what's it called? Construction efficiency. I'm beating Britain to get into Gibraltar. My troops are way worse than their defenders, but I have so many more. Oh, they defeated my navy? Oh, but I had already landed before they defeated my navy. Okay, so that's fine. I had to naval invade to get Gibraltar, but I did get it. Now the British are ticking, so eventually we will win the war. Okay, we can sign a treaty with China for an alliance, and then we can cancel our naval invasion and instead do land invasions. Then I'm gonna split this navy up a lot because we want to have like one stack, or I guess you want to like take it from this army, I guess. But first I should add a lot more conscripts to this army. Yeah, and then I want to take a little bit of skirmish and lancers. And we have like 3 places we have to deoccupy if we want to win this. Because we are capitulating. It's very unfortunate that the only war goal Britain went for is enforced trade privileges. Or actually, Nicaragua went for. Britain didn't go for a war goal. Yeah, we want to take like all the lancers and all the skirmish infantry. And then we have like a couple of uses for this army. But one of them is going to be, we need like 2 of each. And then we can split that into like 1 of each. And this is going to go for, what's it called? Fiji. Yeah, we want to invade Fiji. Have one of these armies go for Australian Fiji, and a different one go for Iberian Fiji. Then, so like 11 stack that I still have. This army's goal is going to be to naval invade Iberian Senegal. I think that that's everything that I need to deoccupy. So then we'll just have our like main stack. It's going to go into China. We'll naval invade northern China and do some stuff from there. Or not naval invade, land invade northern China. And we should be able to like rapid advance. We really need to deoccupy this stuff pretty quick. We have a pretty huge problem of British Navy being in the way of us landing Iberian Senegal. But what I'm going to do is go for Mauritania. Except I'm not actually going for Mauritania. What I'm trying to go for here is just getting my fleet in position. I mean, getting my army in position. Yeah, that's as far as we can go. Now we cancel that, enforce military access on Morocco, and go to that front. Now the goal is going to be to take Mauritania as fast as possible. And then we're going to get military access on French Senegal and go for Casablanca that way. Or Iberian Senegal, whatever. Okay, let's split off 1 Lancer and 1 Skirmish into a different army and get rapid advance that way. Yeah, okay. I guess our rapid advance should start out by targeting this to make the first battle happen there, and then normal advance go this way so that we get our second battle that way. Okay, I occupied it. Good. Now, let's go for Casablanca. We're 3 weeks away, and then we can take over Iberian Senegal. Okay, I think we have just enough war support to do this in time. Okay, the preparing invasion phase is over. Now we just have to do our battles. Come on, come on, come on. We're way too close. Okay, we got it. Okay, yes, we cannot capitulate anymore. Now we just have to stay like that for another 26 days, and then we can offer Britain a peace deal. Or Britain can hit capitulation desire in a little bit longer if Britain isn't willing to accept a near full peace deal at that point. We're completely fine with giving Nicaragua trade privileges, but we just want everything else. Okay, Britain's willing to accept. Good. That was certainly a war. Yep. Okay. That was kind of tough. I'm gonna go laissez-faire. I do think it's best when you have the economic regeneration modifier. Without it, I think it's a little bit less clear, but with the economic regeneration modifier, you can get basically, easy 0% loan interest rate, and you want your capitalists to own more stuff because you'll have plus 50% investment pool contribution efficiency. So I think overall, laissez-faire does become better. You still lose out on monopolies, of course, which is a big loss, but I think it's worth it. You can see our budget is not doing very good, mostly because I built up so many universities because I wanted to get tech going. Because we do need a lot of tech. Like, we need to improve fertilizer to actually get the economic regeneration journal entry going, which it's probably going to take a while to get that. Currently trying to go for multilateral alliances, and obviously the cost of this can be reduced a lot if we can get more tech spread. Right now we only have 160 tech spread, which I mean isn't terrible, or I mean 146 tech spread, which isn't terrible, but it could definitely be higher. I'm going to try to negotiate with the church to get laissez-faire through faster, because we are paying a lot in interest right now, so it'd be nice to get that down. Yeah, political concessions, always good. We got pretty lucky with how many political concessions we've been able to give out this game. It's so good. We're going to get this Puerto Rico war over. We've also now got a Gujarati uprising to deal with. America wants a defensive pact with me, which is a little bit interesting. I don't want to do that. It'd be nice if America could have like a civil war or something, but unfortunately we're not going to get that. If we didn't have to complete this journal before 1880, I would keep this until we like subjugate New Africa at least or something, because I mean one of the options in the event is all of North America. Oh, I should have gone for Canada. I could have gotten Canada annexed that way. Oh, dang, that is actually a little bit of a mistake. Oh, my heir is turning into an enlightened royalist. That's pretty nice. My ruler is kind of getting old. I'm able to advocate them get enlightened royalist. That's always a good thing. France is trying to conquer Carnatic and Protectorate Cochin. I don't like that very much. We now have laissez-faire. That's going to help reduce our interest rate a little bit. It's also going to mean, we can't have monopolies for our companies anymore, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think it's going to be worth it. Our negative balance is a little bit less bad now, which is very good. We should really get economic regeneration going. Maybe I should just go for improved fertilizer. Oh, I think we also need threshing machines though. I don't know. Not be worth going for it just yet. I'll put a little bit of tech progress into human rights. Getting that would be nice. I just had an event that killed Isabel de Bourbon. Oh, Alfonso de Bourbon is cautious. Let's go. I didn't even realize that, but that's actually really good because he's 20 years old. I wonder if that's a historical thing that this guy's cautious or if he just happened to roll that. Checked, and him being charismatic cautious is actually his normal traits. Interesting. Well, it's pretty lucky that we had Isabel die so early. My plan was to subjugate Costa Rica through the bloc, but apparently cohesion isn't high enough, so I guess I just have to manually protectorate Costa Rica, and then after that we'll have everyone in everyone in Central America subjugated, and we can do the restore New Spain thing. Okay, well, it's gonna like kill my ability to keep Denmark or keep people like Belgium loyal, but we gotta do it. Reconquista, reestablish, or no, sorry, before we reestablish New Spain, let's make Mexico into a puppet. Reestablish New Spain. Now, what we need to do is get their liberty desire as low as possible. So we're going to reduce subject payments, exempt from service, support regime, and that's going to make them reduce as much as possible. Then we're going to wait till the final week, and we'll see what we can do from there. We'll have to grant them states to make their stuff as cheap as possible, because you can see right now, they're 26 infamy to annex, which is too much, but that's just because their capital has a lot of pop. So we're going to have to feed them states that have way less pop, and then we should be a lot better. Although it might actually still be pretty expensive because their capital is so much pop that it can actually like eat an entire other pop or an entire other state and still be at the pop cap per state. Now we do have to decide which of the Reconquista modifiers we want between 20% authority, 10% convoys, 20% prestige, 10% convoy escort defense. So pretty much this one gives us 10% authority and convoys, whereas this one gives us some extra morale loss and morale damage. I mean, this is actually like kind of a tough choice. Neither option is huge. Like, you already get quite a few different percentage modifiers to authority, so I feel like that's not actually that important. I think I'd rather take this modifier for the morale loss and morale damage to make wars a little bit easier, but either option makes some sense. Okay, yeah, we managed to get their desire to 39, which is good. Now we can evangelize, bring them down to 29, meaning we only need to grant them one state. That state will be Guerrero. And now for the low, low price of 7.3 infamy, we can annex Nueva España, and then... Oh, I guess maybe I should have tried to give them part of Cuba. I don't know. Actually, Cuba doesn't have that many that much GDP. It's not a huge deal. Anyways, let's award them... Or should we award them to North American mainland? I actually think that Colonial New Spain might be better. Because, yeah, they'll annex Mexico anyway. So the nice thing about this is we just don't lose Panama, pretty much. Yeah, let's just do that one then. Okay. Nueva España. Yep. Pretty big country to annex. Yeah, 36 million more GDP right there. Now, I want to try to enact technocracy. The stall chance on this is pretty bad, and the success chance is pretty bad too. But what we do have is the ability to negotiate, except that the industrialists really don't want to negotiate with me, apparently. They're already letting the law through due to high approval. Okay, that would explain why didn't want to negotiate. Okay, we just unpause. Now they're not letting the law through, so we can just negotiate with them. And they'll give us we can give them political concessions. And then the petite bourgeoisie. 11.6 SOL. I think that that's actually possible we do that. Okay. That should make this a little bit more passable. Yeah, now we only have a 34% stall chance, which isn't too bad. For some reason, they've kept their entire army defending the naval invasion instead of having like anything guarding the actual front. But it doesn't matter because we've got way more troops than them. We're gonna get into Mexico City and win the war. Annex Nueva España. Iberian Union, except it's just Latin America based. Anyways, that puts my GDP up to almost 200 million, which is pretty nice. It's gonna easily hit 200 million soon. I got human rights research, that's good. Should I go into multilateral alliances? I think so. Yeah, let's research multilateral alliances. Okay. I'm just gonna buy Maharashtra. Nice. Because, yeah, France is about to protectorate Cochin, so I feel like, I deserve to take half of Cochin. Actually, how about you give me Mysore as well? I'll give you investment rights in me, I'll give you some money, I'll give you monopolies on vineyards and bananas. Thank you for your Mysore. Interesting that these two events are actually saying the same thing. Or no, I thought this was furniture industry stupid. Yeah, it's unfortunate this is just for a single state. Theoretically, you can get, like... I wonder if you can stack this modifier. No, you probably can't stack this modifier, but that's interesting for, like, a max GDP run if you want to get as many pops in a single state, so you can trigger this event, get 25% manufacturing industry throughput. I don't know, but I'm going to take this option because it progresses it by a phase. We're getting very close to passing technocracy, which is going to be pretty nice for the company slot. Oh yeah, I should try to get Occitania on my block. They would be a nice country to get a free protectorate on. I've got a lot of cohesion right now. I'm surprised Occitania doesn't want to give me a power block embassy this badly. They have powerful protectors. Military assistance, trade privileges, co-obligation, trade privileges from them. Give them a little bit of money maybe if they decline this. We'll see. Yeah, they do decline that, so give them like 2K, and then they'll accept this time, and that should be good. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good thing. I don't know why the game is running so slowly. It seems like the game runs way slower when you're in treaty article menu, but we should get them to accept that. And wow, that's only plus 14 leverage advantage? Really? France has a lot of leverage on them, I guess. Yeah, we'll have to try to like humiliate France or something, I guess. It kind of looks like USA is going to be able to steal Canada here, because... Oh, Tahiti is a subject of Britain? I kind of thought that meant France was on UK's side, but no, okay. Britain will have to land Tahiti, or I mean, America will have to land Tahiti, but if they can do that, then they actually have a real chance of taking Canada in that war, which will be kind of interesting for us. Okay, I passed technocracy. The Carlists are not happy about that. Also, that made us go to hereditary bureaucrats. Yeah, the Carlists are very mad about laissez-faire plus technocracy. So, I guess we will fake pass onto something that they don't like or they don't hate as much, like oligarchy. I don't know. I guess we have to do this to make the Carlist Civil War go away, because I don't want to have a Carlist Civil War. I have someone who's actually a positivist. I should get the intelligentsia in government. Oh, it's super illegitimate? Is there no way to get the intelligentsia in government legitimately? Uh, that would be really unfortunate. Maybe if we put in the positivist, they'll hate it a little bit less. Um, no. Hmm. Okay, this government's like almost legitimate. Uh, okay, I guess I try to run this government and we see. Can we actually do the new machine? No. Apparently, we have to have our economic system as one of those two. Really? Is there no like positive ticks for the new machine? How does this work? Oh, you have to have interventionism or command economy. So yeah, we can't complete the new machine, I guess, actually. So let's just do this government. We got the Catholic Church happy right now, so we're getting that plus 5% birth rate. That is really nice. Although our pop growth is only 2%, but that actually kind of high considering like half of our pops are unincorporated in India. Or not half of them. 30 million of them are though, and yeah, what is it? 60 million of our pops are unincorporated total throughout our country. That's counting the percentage of incorporation that they have already, right, as well. So yeah, that's pretty good pop growth to have 2% while almost half your pops are unincorporated. I'm gonna take off whatever my lowest value 200 consumption tax is. Or no, actually I should take off my two lowest 100 value, because that's actually better. To suppress the Carlist movement, because I just tried to stop passing oligarchy, but the Carlist movement just comes back. So I just need to get the Carlist movement below 5% support. Oh, also I'm running a big bureaucracy deficit. I guess I should try to solve that. I'll build up a lot of bureaucracy in, Byra, I guess? I don't know. I don't want to build it up overseas because we don't have multiculturalism yet, so the pops are not going to be too accepted. Okay, Carlos movement's below 5%, so I should be good now. I think I want to go for no migration controls as my next law. Yeah, that's important for multiculturalism to actually be useful. Catholic Church we can get on our side. We hope for a good law we hope for a good law. Okay, yes, they give us political concessions. We love political concessions. I think they might need to make political concessions have some sort of downside, like maybe giving -1 IG approval to some other IG or something. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go explosives as my next company, because I'm going for the optimal company setup, and this is the next company in that. Explosives, munitions, sulfur, some pretty decent industries covered, as well as getting that -10% military goods cost prosperity bonus. I guess actually I can get bureaucracy by just going back up to standardized filing systems, because I did go back down. Yeah, that solves my bureaucracy. Okay, that's good. Should I build textiles? I guess I maybe should build textiles or food. Let's build food, because we do have a company for that. And I do still want my SLO to go up a little bit right now. Sure, I'll build up a bunch of food in Zulia, although Zulia will eventually become an oil province or state. This is interesting. Yeah, that's actually an interesting amendment. Although, if this doesn't quite work how I think it should necessarily, because giving minus migration interaction means that pops would be more likely to leave as well. But that's a little bit interesting as a way to implement that. I think I can't remember what this event used to do. There's like a law commit or a law stall just like this before. I can't remember what it used to do before they added law amendments. That's cool that they added an amendment for that. Yeah, I'm gonna take the minus success chance. I'm almost out of infamy. Since Britain and America are still fighting over Canada and I don't want to have my war get bricked, I'm just gonna declare for annex Algeria as my next war. That seems like a pretty good thing to go for. Going for this area, because this area does have oil, I think, that can spawn, at least in Tripolitania. So that'll be good to have. And we can also like get closer to the Suez Canal. I don't know. Seems like a good place to conquer, since we also already have Morocco as a protectorate. No migration controls has successfully passed. Guess now it's time to go for multiculturalism. Uh, Tenths is not exactly ideal. Is there any way we can get a little bit more legitimacy? No. What about let's go to minimum taxes. Would that get them out of tenths? No. Okay. Unfortunate. I guess we have to accept tense negotiations, but we get political concessions. This RNG is actually rigged. Bro, this is crazy. This is my seed. It's not custom. It's not custom. It's not custom RNG seed. I promise I didn't save and reload around this time to get this. Like, let's look at my loads. Come on. I promise this is not rigged, but this is actually just so many. I have some saves down here, but they're all from like years ago. Come on. This is insane. Political concession. How am I getting so lucky? I actually don't know the odds on it. Maybe it's like good odds, but I feel like in previous runs I haven't gotten this lucky. Annex Algeria. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Um, yep, nice little small expansion. Should we go for Tunis next? It looks like that might cause some people to join, but I don't know if I really believe them. I don't think I do. Yeah, I'll just conquer Tunis. I don't believe them that they're a threat. The Ottomans did join in. I think I should liberate some of the countries from them because like their prestige is kind of too high. I need them to become an unrecognized regional power or something. I'll liberate Syria and Iraq because I do want at least Iraq for the oil. Uh-oh, the Iberian supremacist movement is actually like about to start a civil war. Um, huh. Hopefully we can get this law passed successfully here, or else we might be in trouble. Please, no. Okay, what do we do? I think I min taxes or low taxes, and then don't use authority as much. Yeah, let's remove all of our decrees. These decrees are actually pointless now at our scale. Now we're running minus 25% in acting time. Yeah, that should get us 50-day ticks. Surely we can beat Iberian Supremacist Union. Yeah, it takes 8 weeks for it, so we should get in multiculturalism before the Iberian supremacist movement can start a civil war. I passed multiculturalism. Very good. Yeah, we've got that before the Iberian supremacist movement started a civil war. Now we can start passing racial segregation or something to get this movement to stop civil warring us. Morocco has low enough liberty desire to become a puppet. That's pretty nice. Yeah. I should go back up to high taxes. I'm really running a oh yeah, I'm running a minus a million balance because I like got this huge construction increase. I like doubled my construction. I kind of forgot that I did that. Um, let's see. Aragon, we can build up a bunch of steel mills there. Yeah, 100 stack of steel mills. That seems perfectly reasonable. What's our mass migration attraction at? 41. That's kind of low. USA is at 35. Brazil's at 38. Britain's 52. Oh, but the one mass migration we are getting right now is actually huge in pops. Oh yeah, it's Koreans. All the Koreans are migrating. But it's only like every couple ticks. I don't know why they made the migration system like that. It's so weird that it just like randomly ticks between giving you migrants and not giving you migrants. Oh, I should not actually pass racial segregation. That would not be very good if I actually passed racial segregation. Oh, Japan is in a civil war and Germany joined the other side. That's not exactly ideal. Um, hmm. Okay. I guess I can ship my troops over there. Yeah, I guess that's what I gotta do. Ship all my troops over to the Japanese Civil War. I hope my troops can arrive before Japan gets occupied. I guess I can just swap sides, right? If I just... Yeah, let's actually just swap sides, I think. I think that's better. I think if I do this... Wait, did that not work? We didn't get the pop-up saying... Or did I? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, it did work. They did become my protectorate. Good. Okay, I got malaria prevention, so I think it's finally time to go for improved fertilizer and then threshing machines so that we can actually get the economic regeneration stuff done. And I should use my malaria prevention to try to colonize in Africa, specifically in places that we can hopefully cut the British off from colonizing. Yeah, we want to try our best to cut the British off. Trying to use national supremacy to make like the, what's it called? Spanish or Iberian supremacist movement go away. Now it's only turning towards 94. Okay, that's good enough. I should try to make the socialist movement happy now by passing prop tax, which is a law that we actually just need to get through. Getting more money is going to be very important because we are not running a very good balance right now when we are actually using our construction. I should max out logging camps throughout South America. Yeah. I think I can go machine steel tools. We're going to run a little bit of a rubber shortage, but I'm pretty sure we can deal with it. Get a world to win. I will take regulatory bodies. That is going to be nice. Oh, what? Brazil demands return Iberian Amazonas. That doesn't really make much of any sense to me. Why Brazil is doing that? I guess they think they can call in Britain. If they do call in Britain, that would be pretty unfortunate. I think we have to delete construction. I don't think we can actually build into this. I kind of was hoping we could build into this, but we actually just can't. I'm gonna go down to like 2.3 thousand construction, I think. I think that's a good number. Yeah, okay. It's not exactly ideal that we have to do that, but I do think we had to do that pretty much. We'll see if Brazil can call in the UK. I imagine that the only reason you declare this war is if you think you can call the UK in. Germany would join my side in exchange for Morocco or something. I'd actually very much like it if the UK joins against me here. Please, UK, join against me. No? Are they not going to? I guess I should negotiate with the church. We get political concessions again, bro. This is insane RNG on political concessions. Should pick up furniture as my next company. Yeah, that's gonna be good to have furniture. We're missing only what? Yeah, only 2 companies from the optimal company setup are missing now. Stuea Romana and Ford Motor Company. Except I'm probably gonna use Branabel instead of Stuea Romana, because like conquering into Wallachia is kind of tough. I'm gonna white peace Ottomans. I don't think I can get any of my war gold against them very easily. Is this navy upgraded to monitors yet? It almost is. I want to upgrade it to torpedo boats, and then I can try to naval invade Brazil, probably. Try and end that Brazil war. The thing with invading the UK right now is that Germany and Brazil are allied to them. So once we humiliate Brazil, our odds are going to be looking a little bit better, but still not ideal. I don't know. For some reason, the front with Brazil just kind of like disappeared, so I'm using land invasions to get into them. Oh, America actually declared bankruptcy? Interesting. I should try to improve relations with them, I guess. Who's my rival to get more influence for that? I guess I could stop improving relations with Italy. And then rival Austria. Begin improving relations with the USA. Because, yeah, they're a minor power right now, and there's chance maybe they get an uprising. No, looks like actually they don't have any secessions that are likely to happen. There's maybe a possibility we can just subjugate them? I don't know. We can try to get them in the block, maybe. I don't know how much leverage resistance they have. Yeah, they have 3,500, so we can't get them in the block. We need a subject. We need to, like, I guess, actually, we can just, like, declare war on the USA to protectorate them. That's a thing we can do. Okay, yeah, let's go for America Protectorate. I mean, that's like an amazing thing. I did not consider that we could just declare that war, yeah. I mean, it's a little bit of infamy. It's 66, but, like, that's not that bad. Yeah, it's not that bad for getting America as a subject. Prop tax passed. Nice. Now our negative balance is at pretty much 0, which is good. Maybe I can afford a little bit more construction. I don't want to go too crazy, though. I don't want to go back into having to delete construction, although it's really not that bad anymore now that construction sectors only cost 25 construction to delete construction. It's like not a huge deal because you only spent 1 week of construction building each of those construction sectors anyway. I'm gonna put one of my armies on the America front because I don't want to just have America occupy all of Mexico. That would be ideal if they didn't do that. Uh, yeah, I should move over. Or let's like naval invade DC, I guess, because they're bankrupt, so like they should not be able to defend it against a naval invasion, pretty much. Yeah, naval invade Washington DC. Okay, we got improved fertilizer, meaning we now get the economic regeneration. I feel like it's supposed to trigger before 1887, but yeah, getting improved fertilizer actually does take a while. Daunting, perhaps, but necessary. Yeah, so you got all these things. And they all require some pretty hard stuff, except for this one. This one is so free, this mining one. And actually the railway one. Both of those are just going to instantly complete, right? Or the railway one didn't, apparently. Or it needs another tick. Oh yeah, we can now choose one of our modifiers to double and give migration attraction to, I guess. I think Basque Country is the one we're going to want to double. I think all the other modifiers are relatively unimportant. Yeah, yeah. Or actually, it's just 30% lead output, but I don't think Murcia has that much lead, right? It has 21. Yeah, I'll just give the iron thing the bonus. Nice. Now railway should instant complete. Yep, we've already completed 4 of 6. The last two are going to be a little bit harder because we need to pass off of tenant farmers onto commercialized agriculture. And is there anything else we need to do? No, I think that's it. And we also need states to have 15 SOL. At least 12 Iberian states have 15 SOL. That actually might be a little bit tricky. But if we like min taxes or something, we can probably do that. I don't know. That actually is going to be a little bit tricky. Oh, but we can employ creative accounting on one of these. Yeah. Of course, the reason we want to complete this is we get some nice modifiers here, and we get this modifier, which is really good. Minus 20% loan interest rate, plus 25% investment pool contribution efficiency on laissez-faire. If we fail it, we get some debuffs. I really don't like getting reforms at gunpoint here. That's not good. I do think it's not the end of the world, though. If we just press revolutionaries cannot be stated after this tick, because the revolution progress on radical movement is going down. In fact, it's actually going down below 75%, so this event might even go away. So we might be fine. Yeah, I think we're fine. Okay, we got commercialized agriculture through, which is nice. What is not nice is that the socialist movement is so close to starting a civil war. I guess I pass right to associate. That should make both of the movements go away. Yeah, that'll be a good law to get through, make the trade unions a little bit happier and stuff. I'm capitulating to Ogaden. Come on, Philippines, do something for me there. Yeah, I gotta fix that war that we're losing. Okay, I like need to employ creative accounting here, I think. Yeah, let's employ creative accounting. Okay, that makes this a little bit easier. Now we just need to kick the laners out of government and stay above 50 legitimacy, which actually isn't possible. Unless we simply do this. Yeah, okay, that works. Now we should complete regeneration land reform. Now we can bring the laners back in government. Now all we have left is regeneration agriculture, which is going to require the threshing machines tech. USA Protectorate acquired. Very nice. Yes. So America really likes some of the states in the West, so we'll give them Iberian, Colorado, and Arizona. And now America is a puppet. Nice. China's going into a lot of debt, and they're probably going to bankrupt, but we do need to try to make sure that that bankruptcy is going to lead to good things. So what I'm going to do... Oh, I need to break this alliance. Let's just change this into just giving them trade privileges, I guess. And then, oh, I have too good of relations to declare a conquest war? Okay, well, I guess I'll declare for humiliation wargle then. What I want to do is, like, conquer Beijing, liberate, and the prestige is almost low enough that I'm willing to not liberate both. No, they've got, like, too much plus percentages. We have to liberate both, I think, UA and Yunnan. Not exactly ideal for infamy costs, but we gotta do it. Did I really forget to subsidize railways? I did. Dang. If I have threshing machines, I should turn on the agriculture PMs and get that one done. Yeah, let's turn up all these PMs. Although I should maybe check what the creative accounting is for that, because if it actually reduces the time, then I will use it. Or no, I shouldn't do it, because we actually want this bonus, and we don't want to get the bonus to get cut in half, or whatever the lessened is. Because, yeah, 5% birth rate for 10 years is pretty nice. That'll help increase pop growth a little bit more. Well, I finally managed to take Beijing. They actually occupied Sengjing, so I had to like invade all the way up. I did a land invasion, or I did a naval invasion on Beijing, since my troops just like ended up walking up there. Yeah, let's. I guess we don't need to enforce humiliation really, or should we? Maybe we should. It's only like 3 more weeks of occupation to do that, and those 3 weeks, it'll make China a little bit closer to bankruptcy too. So yeah, I'll try to get that full peace deal on China. Good, nice. Now China's prestige is down to 600. So they should be able to drop down to like below 300 once they go bankrupt, hopefully at least. We're about to finally complete economic regeneration. There's the 24 months. Regeneration agriculture was completed. And now we've completed all 6 economic regeneration goals, meaning we get plus ultra, which gives us some nice bonuses. 20 years is pretty long. I thought this was decaying. Is this not? Okay, well, that's really good for 20 years non-decaying. 10 legitimacy, 20% loyalist from high legitimacy, 10% authority, 10% migration attraction, 50 popularity, and of course, most importantly by far, is legacy of regeneration, which is going to effectively make our interest rate 0. Currently, we're at a 3.3% interest rate. You click this, and our interest rate becomes 0.67%. And if we were to have the PB happy at all, that would become literally a 0. Now, we also have up in the air triggering at the same time, giving us plus 30 army offense, which is pretty nice. And we have a 6th company slot, but we have no use for it yet, because neither of the 2 extra companies I want, we have unlocked yet. So, we have a choice here. I think I want to go for Transfer Canada. We could just, like, annex America with, like, granting states to Indian territory and, like, not annex Canada. But, I feel like annexing Canada. Canada's got some good states, especially for, like, logging. They have some states with, like, 100 logging. They got good amount of oil in these states, so I think it's worth going for Canada. I mean, I don't know, but I'm gonna do it. The USA sided against me, which is a little bit unfortunate. I don't think it's a huge deal though, because we have up in the air, so like we can't lose this war. It's just impossible with up in the air. Okay, the war has begun. Going for an invasion of London. Now, I didn't really put troops on this front as I should have, so I'm moving an army over there. It's gonna take a little bit to arrive though. Hopefully we can defend down there. We shouldn't cap because this time they do actually have a couple of war goals against us. Can I hold the mainland? What is this army? Okay, it's only a 4-stack, so we're fine. Okay, yeah, we have indeed successfully landed London, as always happens with up in the air. I think they might need to nerf up in the air. It's a little bit broken. Especially now that you don't have to research it, Zeppelins like right after steel frame buildings to do it because they changed how the journal entry works. Makes it like a lot easier. Now you get it like every game instead of like 1 in every 10 games. Transfer Canada. Nice. Canada is now a part of the Iberian Union, which, is basically all of the Americas at this point except for Brazil and some minor British colonies. Now it's time to give Indian Territory all of the United States and then annex it. Also, as much of Canada as we can. Yeah. I've now granted everything to the Indian Territory that I'm able to grant them. These things we can't grant because they're colonies, and this we can't grant because it's a capital. This also makes the USA into the United Senators of America. Okay, Indian Territory refuses annexation, unfortunately. Yeah, we can see USA is now called United Senators of America. This should be a relatively quick war. I did not mean to give them Baja California, by the way. I just misclicked. And we finally got the Indian Territory capitulate. Well, not really finally. It took like a year. Yeah, okay, that's nice. A lot of new states to incorporate. And we also get access to like the Statue of Liberty. And of course, Michigan is important for the Ford Company. It's going to take a while to incorporate that though. Yeah, 13 years. That's going to be a while. Might want to go for the techs that increase incorporation speed even. Or actually, we're currently tech spreading central planning, which is the last one we're realistically going to get. I don't think I go for mass surveillance. Yeah, it's going to be a while to incorporate Michigan, but I don't think there's much I can really do to speed it up past that. Like what, 1912 or something we'll be to have Michigan incorporated and get Ford, and then it's going to have to be even later than that we get Branabel. Did I say that was going to be 1913? Am I just like stupid at math? I am stupid at math, clearly, because that's going to be like 1908. What am I thinking? Or what doesn't? Yeah, it's going to be like 1907 or 1908. I can't believe Connor would make math mistakes in videos. Some would say like everyone makes math mistakes in videos. It's the curse of being a YouTuber, clearly. If I pass compulsory primary school, I should actually get off of state religion. Probably go on like total separation. Yeah, yeah, let's get off of state religion so we can invite whatever agitators we want and stuff. China has ended up declaring bankruptcy. I think that they're going to end up going down to unrecognized regional power. We'll see, but it's seeming very likely right now. Got a civil war in America right now, or civil war in Washington, D.C. We're getting close to hitting a billion GDP. I'm over the company limit because I got three companies that appeared, and I think they're from like annexing countries. So yeah, it's kind of annoying because I can't disband them yet. But once I'm able to disband them, I'll keep one of them just so that I don't get another company appearing and taking up extra slots because it really kills your throughput bonus, which is unfortunate. We just got the Statue of Liberty built, meaning I'm now easily #1 mass migration attraction in the world, which is nice. The reason New Mexico is #1 is I believe I gotta settle the Great Plains thing. Yeah, it gives a bunch of 200% migration attraction bonus to the states over here, and I think Arizona's the only one that we actually have incorporated. Well, China has dropped to unrecognized regional power, meaning we can now go for the protectorate on them, which is going to be very nice. Let's just bring over a bunch of troops so that we can enforce that. We should be able to enforce it pretty easily, I imagine, because China is not very strong. Well, I managed to lose Beijing because apparently none of my troops arrived there in time, but I'm pretty sure I can just land their capital and be fine. Unfortunately, some of my armies have decided that they want to go back to Iberia through all of Russia, which is a choice. And now I need to force Japan out of the UK side in this war, or else like we're not going to feed Japan. So yeah, we're just gonna like join Russia real quick, and then leave the war. Okay, we need to kick Japan out of this war as well. Um, yeah, just kick them out. And now Japan can't rejoin. Good. I just capitulate to this Kanak uprising because it's not worth fighting when we can just peace out Qing for protectorate. And then I will just give China real quick Shengjing, reduce them to a puppet. Now Japan can get a little bit of China as well. And then finally we will be releasing Macau as our country to annex China with. Or specifically Xi'an, because Macau isn't a country, of course. I was trying to use or I was thinking about using the Philippines, but apparently they like changed the maximum cost of subject annexation from like 100 to 250. So now it pretty much has to be an unrecognized country. Okay, I gave all of this to Qian. Bruh, no, bruh. How dare they not accept annexation? They're basically evil for not accepting annexation, right? I'd say so, yeah. And the workers are striking. How dare they strike? That's evil. Yeah, they're gonna like make me pass some stupid law, like social security probably. It would be very mean if they were to do such a thing. Surely they won't do that, except they're definitely going to do that. It's interesting that all of my things say they want to join a party at the next election, but I don't think there is a next election. Yeah, this government type does not allow elections. Interesting. Could we get the trade unions in government maybe? Probably not, no. I'm just trying to think we should probably try to make them happy. Or I guess we should see what they want in the strikes. I don't think that there's going to be anything that's going to be easy for us to get though. You either have to pass workers' protections, wage subsidies, or expand the workplace safety office, except it's actually going to be expanding social security. Let's just pass wage subsidies, I guess. Yeah, okay. Can we get like the PB in government or something to negotiate with them? That'll be a little bit useful. Oh, but we lost the church now, I guess. Can we get the church in government as well? Yeah, okay, it's not too legitimate. I can delete one of these companies now. I guess I'll delete Grain Company. We want to have 6 companies for now still so that we don't get more companies when we annex people. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. Of course, once we get a 6th company, or once we get like Michigan incorporated, then we will change that. I should build up my 5 motor industries and automotive industries just to make sure we're ready. I think it's 5 motor industries, but just to make sure I'll have 5 of each. Don't coup me, please. I don't like being cooed. Okay, we can annex Xi'an now. Nice. The Iberian Union. Now we can incorporate all of this, which is going to put us big in a bureaucracy deficit, but it'll be fine. We can just build up a ton of government administrations to solve it. Put government administrations in like auto expand or something. That should fix it. And standardized filing systems for everything. Yeah, I don't know. We'll let auto expand do most of that, I guess. I'm gonna declare probably my final war for a while. Transfer Persia, conquer Baku. Do I have an interest in Caucasus? I don't. Okay, we have to put an interest there. Yeah. Should put some armies over in this far eastern front, and then we'll also just like naval invade the capital probably. Yeah, just put like 3 big armies over there, and then our main army, or not our main army, but an army that's roughly the same size as our navy. We'll just go for St. Petersburg, and it should be a pretty easy W or win. Yeah. Conquer Baku. I don't think Russia's gonna back down, right? They're only minus 33. But they're actually sending a ton of troops to try to defend against my landing. I think I have a decent shot at still landing, but it's kind of unlikely. I don't know. If, I mean, they have like more troops, but like we do have higher offense than they have defense, I think. So like that's how we could win. No, they actually the infrastructure here is way too big. Okay, we can't land. Okay, I guess I have to like go for a landing in Hormuz then and try and get my way up to Baku. My admiral like died, so I had to hire a new one. I just realized Beiyang is in this war against me. I'm gonna go invade them because they're kind of occupying a bunch of my stuff in China, which is not very nice. Okay, I passed wage subsidies, so now the strike should be, yeah, the strikers are happy. 20% labor loyalists should be pretty big. 334 million radicals down to only like 200 and something million? Yeah, 290 million? Okay, it's still a lot, but it's not quite as many. Some interesting stuff is happening in this war. Russia's in a civil war now. Um, my naval invasion here, I don't think it's going too well. Yeah, Bengal is bringing a bunch of troops to defend that. Austria's kind of close to capitulating. Oh, it looks like this is all merged into one big front now. Pretty far away from Baku. My invasions into St. Petersburg aren't working out too well, but I have managed to get to Baku, and now hopefully Iraqi Ajami. I moved some of the strategic objectives to Iraqi Ajami, so I'm hoping we'll get some battles there. So this front is very much in our favor right now. Okay, we got one more battle there, but we actually lose that battle, unfortunately. Oh, we actually ended up getting into St. Petersburg before Iraqi Ajami. I thought we were losing on this front, but I guess we ended up winning. Okay. Well, now, I guess they had just sent me a peace deal. Wait, why is there still a war goal here for Beiyang independence, even though we already capitulated them? That's interesting. But that's still a war goal there. But once this 10 days runs out, we can send Russia a new peace deal. And that peace deal is, of course, transfer Persia, conquer Baku. Very nice. I'm going for annexing Yunnan, and then I think I'll conquer Bahawalpur next, or their biggest state of Rajasthan. Wait, why am I not able to? Oh, I have too good of relations with them. Okay, we need to go damage. Oh, they're actually improving relations. That's a little bit of an issue. I do want to take their state. I could expel I guess I'll expel diplomats. It's like doubling the price because it's only 1.9 infamy, but like still it's only 4 infamy for a max pop state. That's pretty good. Yeah, good old 8 million extra people we get. I got compressed ignition now, which is gonna help really boost up our GDP. Diesel pump, diesel pump. We've got a lot of oil because we've got so much oil from Latin America and the US. The US has a lot of oil. And of course we also have Baku, which did spawn some oil like almost immediately. Although I'm not really using that yet. How do we use more oil? Oh yeah, we want to turn oil rigs up to combustion engine derricks. But yeah, mass production automobiles. We're still not really using too much oil. I guess I could use this PM. How much? I guess we are using a lot of oil now. Maybe I shouldn't turn on diesel engines. Let's see what we can get by just max producing oil. Build every oil rig we can. Yeah, we should be able to pretty easily hit much higher GDPs after doing this, I imagine. I probably should unqueue the ones in Baku because the construction efficiency here is really bad. It's so bad in Baku. Yeah. At least we got some though, which I mean we can get Branabel. Yeah, that immediately got me to 2 billion GDP, which I am pretty happy with for 1906 Spain. I mean, like, I'm really happy with that. I feel like Spain, you wouldn't expect to do this good. The power of economic regeneration. Yeah, this bonus is pretty nice. Of course, also we conquered China, but that hasn't really affected our GDP that much yet. Like, there's maybe 250 million GDP in China and Japan right now, I think. It's really not that much of our GDP because the states aren't incorporated yet. I forgot to give Lettman's industry charter to furniture. Oops. We're very close to being, yeah, we're very close to incorporating Michigan and getting Ford. Okay, Michigan is now incorporated, meaning that I can set my 7th company slot to Ford Motor Company. And then, of course, we will be deleting the extra company that we have there to put in Branabel as soon as we incorporate the state. I will give this rubber plantations. That's going to be a pretty good company. Automotive, motor, and rubber are all good things to have companies on. One thing I wonder is how much, because I'm not using monopolies this game, I wonder how much of my companies are actually like controlling the thing. If we look at the, let's look at the tooling company. Where's that one? I don't know. Probably in one of these. Oh, let's look at food. Okay, so this has 872 building levels. How many food industries are there in our country? Let's see. Food. It should be somewhere in here, right? 1,093. So yeah, they do own the vast majority, something like 80 or 90%. The price of oil is actually insanely low, so I guess I should get a use for oil. I'll put, should I put my motor industries on that, or should I go plastic? I think I will go plastic as my next use for oil. I think the price of oil is going to go back down a little bit now because a lot of my oil rigs seem to be not actually employed just because the productivity of oil wasn't actually that high. It should be significantly higher on the next Monday tick because now oil is back up to basically base price, whereas before it was pretty low. Yeah, there we go. Jump stuff and productivity. So it should hire more now, I think, assuming that there are buildings to hire from, and I think that there are. Yeah, there should be some buildings to hire from, although there isn't actually a ton in the state. I think I'm going to also turn on diesel engines. Yeah, that's going to make oil go into a little bit of a shortage. Well, not a shortage, but we will have more demand than supply, so I should build up as much oil as possible, although we don't have that much oil that we can build up, really. Try to build up as much as we can. And yeah, now we've got a pretty huge surplus of engines. Maybe I should just try to export engines. Let's put a little bit of a subvention on exporting engines. I think we can export a ton of engines to the world, sure. Oh yeah, I was doing the skyscraper expedition. Yeah, okay, it's this is gonna complete soon. And we can get that trade capacity, which will be nice. I guess I should try to invade something. Um, like UA? Oh yeah, I have a claim on Western Guangdong now. Let's go for this. Western Guangdong. I can give the other stuff to China as claims, or I could just conquer it myself. I'll just conquer it myself, I think, because China's stuff is not that much cheaper. Yeah, this is a Brazilian subject, by the way. I was trying to stop that, but I couldn't really get a good war goal to stop it. Like I was hoping I could get them to like become my protectorate or something, but they didn't want to do that, so I couldn't really do too much. Um, I guess we can like liberate Amazonia or something. I think I've tried to liberate Amazonia before, but I didn't manage to succeed, I think. Currently, Brazil is one of the great powers. I guess since we kind of destroyed some of the great powers, or not really. Yeah, it's kind of weird that Brazil is a great power over Austria. The evil British have joined Brazil. How dare they? That's quite unfortunate for us. Hmm. I would like to have... I guess this army can go fight the Africa fronts, yeah. Yeah, okay, once this army's done with fighting Morocco, it can go into this British Congo front, except we also need, like, an army for the other front, like South Africa. I guess I can send this army over there. Because we don't want to have South Africa or Africa occupied. That would be really bad for us. Yeah. Well, this war is not going the greatest for us. Yeah, it's not going great. I really did not expect the UK to join against me. We're getting naval invaded a lot in Iberia. I have an army coming back, but it's taking a little bit to get back. Hopefully we don't actually get landed before then. Um, yeah, our battles in, like, the Brazil mainland are not going great. I don't know what to do. Hmm. Oh, the Brazilians are actually landing in Castilla La Vieja? Oh, that's not good. Uh, hmm. I need to like split this army in two and have half of it go deal with that because that's not good. That's very bad. Hmm. Yeah, uh-oh. I'm gonna bring my fleet there, I guess. I don't know what to do. It's crazy that the Brazilians just landed here. Yeah. Okay, we occupied Mato Grosso. Finally, we can peace out. Uh, hmm. Okay, let's not liberate Amazonia. Let's just take their stuff in UA. Yeah, I don't like this war. We need to get out of that war. It's not a good war. Apparently, this state is just a permanent treaty port. Interesting. Um, I guess that happened because when we annexed Portugal, we didn't have a treaty port agreement with China, so it couldn't end, and so the treaty port just stays forever. Now they're out of that war, GDP is going up even more. 3.5 billion. I mean, that's pretty crazy considering I think we're actually running a positive balance right now when you consider the investment pool. Yeah, we're running a positive balance right now. And it's Spain. I feel like I didn't expect Spain to be quite this good in terms of GDP. We're easily beating the Japan run, which, yeah, that's pretty nice. We're gonna have, I don't know, like maybe 5 billion GDP pretty soon, I think. I do just need to spam up some construction because, I mean, we've got lots of money to spend because we're not even running a negative balance right now, and we can afford to run a pretty negative balance because interest. What's interest? We're spending 100,000 on interest. That's 1% of our money. Oh no, interest rate of 0.5%. Since we've got so much money that I kind of feel like we can't spend, I guess I should try to invest in some subvention. Yeah, let's subvent the export of automobiles. Um, can at least do a high subvention, and then I can spam a huge amount of trade centers in Beijing. It's gonna take so long to incorporate China. Or actually, we're only 7 years off. I'm gonna start spamming universities in all of my Chinese states to get qualifications up because we are gonna have significant qualifications issues. I'm still having a little bit of qualifications issues in Beijing. You can see we have 400,000 unemployed. It's not because there's no jobs available. It's just because there's no qualifications for those jobs. I'm gonna make sure to have some universities built up in all my states to ensure we get, yeah, enough qualifications. The state being called Macau is so weird. Oh, the radical movement's trying to do reforms at gunpoint. I do not want to become a universal suffrage, or I don't want to give universal suffrage. So, how about I just pass public schools, guys? Can you please stop trying to use reforms at gunpoint against me? That would be great. Okay. Decided I'm gonna conquer Hindustan so we can like connect our India and China territories together. Although I think this is actually impassable terrain. But we can maybe try to conquer some more stuff. I don't know. We got like a pretty low amount of infamy, and I kind of want to let China incorporate because we could get so much GDP if we let China incorporate. I've hit 5 billion GDP. Also, yeah, Baku is incorporated. So we can remove the Fabric Company of Oklahoma and put in Branabel. That'll also give us power plants, which is pretty nice. I wonder if Standard Oil actually makes sense. I should actually consider Standard Oil as an oil company. Maybe that makes more sense than either of these. Because the nice thing about, you get like prestige oil, but the other one you get railways instead of electricity, which is probably better. I've had the Brandonville company for like 2 seconds and it has 5 million profit. But that's crazy. That's the sky. That's the size of our economy. That's actually just that oil is probably relatively cheap to privatize. Yeah, it's got to be that mostly. I wonder how my automobile subvention is going. I should probably put way more trade centers down, right? Yeah, they're pretty profitable. Where do we have peasants that we could build up trade centers in? Jiangxi, yeah, let's turn Jiangxi into a giant trade center. Let's build like 1,000 levels of trade center here. I should actually put down like violent suppression and road maintenance so that we can actually build it up a little bit faster. And then yeah, I'll go to like 1,000 trade centers and then build a bunch of railways to make sure we don't have huge infra problems there. My negative balance, it's not big enough. We gotta go max subvention on car exports. Of course, of course. Everyone shall eat cars. The Biharis are migrating to Leon right now in some pretty large numbers. In fact, they're also migrating to every single state surrounding Leon. Hmm. I'm trying my best to build up the economy. It's a little bit tough, but once China actually manages to fully incorporate, things should be a lot better for us. Yeah, right now we're at 5.5 billion. I think a couple years after we annex, after China actually incorporates, that's gonna go up a lot. Like I think we probably gonna be hitting like 10 billion. And we're 3 years away from most of China incorporating right now. Well, China's about to finally incorporate, which is good. Yep, now it's all incorporated, or most of it's incorporated. I have sort of been slacking on adding stuff to my construction queue because I figured it's gonna be much better to do it now. And also, I'm gonna go down on taxes because we're just gonna see how high we can get the GDP, and of course, for that, we're gonna need a lot of demand. And so, lowering taxes will help create pretty much infinite demand, which will be very nice. I'm just gonna spam a ton of buildings now. We can get a ton of GDP. A mere negative 60 million balance. Just a casual 100,000 construction. This is such a big negative balance, but we can run this negative balance for like 2 years easily, I think. The investment pool has a lot of money. Unfortunately, I can't really spend it very well. Yeah, we're actually almost at the... Yeah, we're actually building all 1,000 buildings, although it will be able to privatize a lot. But yeah, we're at the building cap for the investment pool. I've been trying to get my GDP up. I've been sort of spamming whatever is profitable. We have a ton of construction sectors here that are invalid. I don't know why sometimes you can get those up. GDP is sitting at around 7.3 billion. I don't know why it's down right now. The game is running incredibly slowly right now just because I'm trying to run like 100,000 construction. It's almost a miracle that it's running at all, really. But yeah, I'm out of infamy. I guess I should annex some people to get some infamy, right? The only problem is that I don't really have too many people that are puppets at this point left. I mean, I guess I can annex Persia. That's kind of the only one that's super big. Japan is kind of expensive. Yeah, okay, I'll annex Persia. You say yes, Persia, please? Please, Persia, just say yes, you know? Why is you think it really doesn't want to tell me if it's gonna say yes or not? Nope, they say no. Okay, unfortunate. Well, here we are at the end. Pretty much have employed all of the peasants in China. 1.34 billion people. Pop growth is sitting at 2%. I really don't know why my SOL is so awful. Buildings are just paying really low wages. I guess they changed things so buildings don't really feel like increasing their wages as much anymore. Or maybe it's just because we haven't had this territory for that long. I'm not really sure. Yeah, we're pretty much out of peasants. Investment pool is just pinking absurd amounts of money and it has no use for it, which is pretty unfortunate. But anyways, we can now end this war with Persia, getting their annexation. That puts my final GDP at 7.7 billion, which I would say is pretty good for Spain in 1923. In fact, I think this is the highest GDP I've ever managed to achieve other than on great powers. Yeah, this is my highest non-starting great power GDP that I've ever gotten. I'm pretty confident. Except maybe India, but India is effectively a starting great power. Yeah, we got 7.7 billion. Guess we can take a look at our companies. I believe this is the best company setup in the game. Malabar Premium Orchards is beating New Castile Food Company, but yeah, the rest of our companies are super profitable. You can see Duro y Compania is sitting at 21 million profits. Ford Motor Company is sitting at 15 million profits. Brinabella is sitting at 10 million. Iberian Metalworks is sitting at 8.75 million. Home Goods is sitting at 7.9 million. And Kenya Munitions is sitting at 7.5 million. Now, in terms of cultures, we can see Spanish is actually our second largest culture after Han, which of course is almost 500 million. And then Japanese, Yankee, Marathi, Yue, and so on. Portuguese just below Mexican. We got quite a few Portuguese, yet 27 million is a pretty large amount of Portuguese. Interesting, Bengali has managed to take over Asturias. That looks like the only state that hasn't really changed. There's also some minorities of Bengali and Han in various Spanish states. A state over here in Cuba managed to become Han. And Santiago. Santiago had a lot of migration in this game. You can see it's at almost 15 million pops. So Uruguay managed to get pretty good GDP. Yeah, they managed to end the game off with 17 million. That's pretty good for Uruguay, or actually 16.3. I think conquering Brazil would have been really nice because, yeah, we are lacking a lot of rubber. I think I ended up subventing rubber imports to the max at the end of the game, which ends up with, apparently Germany is still importing rubber, despite the price being at max from our imports, which is quite surprising. Oh, they've got a bunch of trade advantage for imports. I guess I can take a look at the GDP heat map. You can see pretty good amounts of GDP in China, Bombay, a lot in some various American states, and Santiago especially. And then Spain has quite a lot of GDP, especially in Castilla La Nueva at 111 million and Leon at 116 million. I guess we can see more clearly what our top GDP states are by this menu. We can see Southern Anhui, Bombay, Beijing, Jiangxi, Hainan, Shaanxi. What's our first state outside of China and India going to be? Leon is our biggest state outside of the China and India area. Our realistic GDP, if I were to go to a balance that we could like actually sustain and like, delete construction, because realistically we have no need for this much construction since we have like no peasants and unemployed, it would probably be like 6 billion. Anyway, yeah, that is the end of the video, so goodbye.